Boom. Tiff Macklem chokes. Yeah, he chokes up a fur ball, the Bank of Canada governor. No cut. All right. What do we think about no cut at the Bank of Canada? Why did it happen? Like in the midst of all this trade war madness, the incredible changeable Donald Trump presidency, the obvious weakness in the Canadian economy, why no cut? I think the easiest explanation is, and by the way, he's going to have a lot to say about it. Like, there's going to be speeches, there's going to be a report, he's going to have comments, Tiff Macklem's going to have comments, but the reality is, actually, it's just bullshit. That's all it is, okay? Like, it's not important. Like, all that's really important is what he does. All the verbiage afterwards is, I know that people love to think about it. I've seen like 100 paragraphs written about some bullshit that Tiff Macklem said, or a speech he wrote, on and on, because if that's your job, if you're an economist and you need to comment on what the Bank of Canada says, well, if you're a hammer, everything is a fucking nail, okay? So you have to parse it and think about it, analyze it, tweak it, wonder about it, suggest things. Waste of time. Once the announcement's over, put it out of your mind. And this announcement was no change. So it's over now. We just look to the future. But why? Why did he do it? It's so simple. Because he could get away with it. There's just enough sort of inflation stuff going on, inflation possibilities that, okay, well, it's out there, maybe not, could be not. And the economy hasn't completely cratered yet, still. So he has time. He has time. So he took a pause. Big deal. In the end, we'll all realize he should have cut. He should not have bothered taking the pause that he thought he could take, but he did. So it's over. It's a pause. What next? 2 more meetings coming up, June 4th, July 30th. So again, they're almost just 45 days apart, 6 weeks apart. So what happens on June 4th and July 30th? Well, the reality is what's going to happen is cuts. Cuts are going to happen on June 4th and July 30th. He should have cut this week. So he should have cut today. Look, it's ask yourself, what is going to radically improve the Canadian economy? What's going to cause a big pickup in employment, GDP? What's going to really make things better in Canada? Like what? Hello, Bueller. I'm not hearing anything. Okay, there's nothing. There's nothing. All right. The real estate's going to get worse. Yeah, it'll get worse. Okay. It'll be okay someday, but that day could be years away. Okay. The economy's going to get worse. There might be some secret trick that the new, if the Liberals are elected, there could be some secret trick that they have in mind where they'll start to greatly expand immigration again, which would be a complete disaster, but who the hell knows? I don't know. That would help GDP, even though it would continue to make all of us individually poorer, because that's individual GDP, per capita GDP, has been in free fall in Canada for years. So here's what we should think. A neutral rate in Canada, the rate that the Bank of Canada says we can live with this all day long, is probably 2.5. That's 25 basis points less than it is after he skipped what should have been a cut today and just left it alone. So that's a neutral rate. So we're pretty much guaranteed another 50 or 20, 75 basis points this year. Because again, can you think of anything that's going to suddenly pick up the economy? Well, Ron, Trump could sign a new agreement, a new Kuzma agreement, and that would solve everything. No, not really. First of all, he's not going to sign one by June 4th or July 30th. That's not going to happen. He might not sign one for a year. Who the hell knows? But to suggest that, oh, yes, for sure it's going to happen is crazy. So then we're going to continue to wing it with the endless. And by the way, This isn't Trump delusion syndrome. This is not that, okay? This is Trump confusion syndrome. Like, we don't know what the hell's going to happen from one goddamn week to the next, okay? And if anybody tries to say, oh no, Ron, it's 3D chess, it's genius, shut the fuck up. It's just utter confusion. So what could happen and what may happen is emergency cuts. We could see emergency cuts later in the summer and the fall if the economy really slows down, a true recession is obvious, and unemployment ramps up significantly. Wait, Ron, unemployment doesn't matter to the Bank of Canada. It's only inflation. Okay, you can think that if you want, but you're wrong, okay? The Bank of Canada thinks about the economic deterioration of this country a lot, okay? I'm not suggesting inflation can't come back. I'm one of those guys who said it's a genuine chance that it could. Trade wars typically ramp up inflation, but let's face facts. Recession is a deflationary impulse. It just is. Although the trade wars are, in all likelihood, an inflationary impulse. So we just have to sit back and figure out who's going to win. But I'm going to guarantee you this. If the recession comes before the inflation starts, we could see emergency rates in Canada. Emergency rates are anywhere from 1.75 to 1.5. That's not impossible. Again, I said it's not impossible. Balance of probabilities, probably not, but it's the probability of a 1.75 prime rate in Canada, Bank of Canada rate in Canada, is not zero. It's not zero. Think about that.